guys, it's your girl Gerlinda and I'm back again today with another video. Today I am gonna tell you my top 10 all-time favorite Christmas movies. Now this list may be a little different from last year's list because I'm always watching Christmas movies like all through the year, and I find new ones that I like or some that I had never seen that now that I want to add to my list. Now I guess I should probably do a bigger list that I can include all of them, but I just like to keep it at 10 for that year, or for this year I have a new top 10, so every year it may change. But yeah, so I'm gonna start from 10 and go down to number 1. So my number 10 of all time, well, not all time, but of this year. Let's say it like that. We're just gonna do it for this year. For this year, my all-time, not all-time, I keep saying all-time. For this year, my number 10 is Fred Claus. Now, I don't know if you guys have seen Fred Claus or not, but it is hilarious. I love Vince Vaughn. I think he is so funny. So he's the star of that particular movie. And like I said, I never want to give out a whole lot of information about the movie. I just say, go watch it. It's very funny. It's kid friendly. There's not anything in there that I can remember that wouldn't be okay for a kid. So I say it's kid friendly and kids would love it. But it's where I can kind of tell you a little bit about it. It's where Fred Claus is who Vince Vaughn plays, and his brother is Santa Claus. And there's a big thing about naughty and nice in the movie. That's just a big deal in the movie. So like I said, if I say too much, it's gonna be, I don't want to tell too much. I want you guys to just watch it. Buzzkill. I don't want to be a buzzkill and tell you too much about the movie. So go watch Fred Claus. It is my number 10 this year. I really enjoyed it, watching it. I've seen it a few times, but like I hadn't just really sat and just watched it all the way through, and I was laughing the whole time. So it's a funny, very funny Christmas movie. So that brings me to my number 9, which is The Grinch. And I'm talking about the one with Jim Carrey in it. I think it is hilarious. And again, it's kid friendly. There's not a lot going on in there that I would say that kids couldn't watch it. I think it's a really good movie for kids. And you guys know the Grinch story. You know how there was just a person. The Grinch was somebody who was very different from the people around him, and the moral of the whole story is that he had to learn to be around the people around him and fit in with those people. So it's a really good movie. It's really funny. It's very, it's a great Christmas movie. I've watched it many times. I've seen it I've been watching it for many years. So there's several different variations of the Grinch. There's cartoons. There's the very first Grinch that was a cartoon, and I like them all, but I'm a Jim Carrey fan, so I really enjoyed the movie with him playing the Grinch. I thought it was really good. So yeah, that's my number 9. And so the next one is number 8, and that would be Frosty the Snowman. And I'm just gonna put them up here, you guys, so you can see them. It'll be over here or over here, so you can see the DVD, the cover of the DVD. So if you want to go and purchase it, or if you want to order it, you'll know what it looks like. But yeah, Frosty the Snowman. I mean, you know, how could you not love Frosty the Snowman at Christmas time? There's several movies like Frosty. It's like Santa Claus is coming to town. That's not on my top 10, but Santa Claus is coming to town. I like it. I enjoy that movie, but it's several movies like that, and I enjoy them all. So if you have kids, I think that's a good collection to start with. Young kids, that the Santa Claus is coming to town, Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer, Frosty the Snowman, all of those. I think those are really good Christmas movies for kids. Just kind of explains everything, and kind of, you know, at a kid's level, it kind of explains everything about Christmas, and you know what the meaning of Christmas is and all of that. So yeah, that Frosty the Snowman would be my number 8. But when I was younger, I used to always cry when Frosty, you know, would get too hot. I'm just put it like that. I'm not gonna spoil it. I'm not gonna spoil it. But when Frosty would get too warm, something would happen that would make me cry as a kid. So look out for that, because it's a thing. Okay, my number 7 would be Elf. And Will Ferrell in Elf is just a hoot. I mean, it is really, really a funny Christmas story, a Christmas movie. Will Ferrell is a clown. He's always, I loved him on SNL, so I just always have been a fan of his. But him in this movie is, man, it's funny, you know. So you guys want to check that out. It's kind of like this guy, I always hate to tell any of the story because I don't want to ruin it for you guys if you haven't seen it. There's a baby that was not raised by his biological parents. He was raised by someone else in the movie, and lived somewhere else in the movie. And it just is a very fun and Christmassy movie, and you guys need to check that out if you haven't seen it. It is hilarious, and kids will love it. If you have, I mean, I'm an adult and I love it, so if you have kids, they're gonna really love this movie. Yeah, so that brings me to my number 6, and my number 6 will be Christmas with the Cranks. I don't know if you guys have seen this, but this movie is pretty fun. It has Tim Allen in it, and also Jamie Lee Curtis plays in it as his wife in the movie. And it's a really, really kind of a heartfelt Christmas movie. It's funny, but it also has moments of tenderness in it. So it's kind of an all-around movie. You'll laugh, and there'll be times that you feel a little sad for some of the things that happen, but it's, for the most part, it's funny. Because Tim Allen is a hoot as well. He's a comedian too, so he's pretty funny too. So yeah, that's one you guys need to check out. And my next one would be This Christmas. I love this movie. It is just, the singing in it and the performances in the movie are just excellent. I mean, if you're a Chris Brown fan, you'll love this movie because he sings in this movie, and it's just a real family-oriented movie. It's like about family and what family means to us. Yeah, so it's a good one too. You guys need to check that out if you haven't. It's a really good one. So my number 4 would be Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer. And I love that from a kid to now. I mean, I I've always loved Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer. Again, when I was younger, when I was a kid, some of the things in the movie would make me cry. I was very sensitive when it came to, things, like people being different and people not accepting them for their differences. And I've always been, I guess, sensitive to that as a kid up till now. I think I don't know, it's always seemed unfair to me that people get treated differently because they are different. And I just love the movie. I mean, Rudolph was a little different from the rest of the reindeers, in case you hadn't heard. I mean, without ruining the movie, there's a song, Rudolph was different from the rest of the reindeers, and they treated him different. And Santa came along and let him know that he was special, not different. So it's a good movie, especially for kids, because it's very understandable for a child. They can understand everything that's going on in the movie. So it's a really good one, fun, and kids will love it. So check that out if you haven't. Yeah, these are pretty old movies, so a lot of the young people or young kids don't really know about these movies because they're so old. They've been around for a long time, but I call they're classics. So there's something that you can introduce to your child if you have not yet. You can definitely introduce these movies to them. Some of them, the ones that I'm talking about, with like Rudolph and Santa Claus is Coming to Town, and those Frosty the Snowman, those are very old, but they're good movies, especially for kids. So that brings me to my number 3, and it is Four Christmases. That's gonna probably always be on my list for every year because I love this movie. This movie is so funny. It has Vince Vaughn again, and I've told you I'm a big fan of Vince Vaughn. I love his movies. I love his I just love the way he performs. I mean, I just love it. So it's him and Reese Witherspoon in this movie, and they are a couple, and they learn what it is to be family oriented. They are very busy young people that don't really have time for their family, and this movie teaches them why it's important, why family is important, and why spending time with your family is important. So it's a really good movie. It's for the most part very funny. Some, again, tender moments in it, but just depends on your personality. Some people don't think it's that at all. They think it's just completely funny, and it's just everything is funny about it. But I find a few tender moments in it. It is funny because Vince Vaughn is a hoot, and I enjoy all of his movies. So check that out. And if you're not a Vince Vaughn fan, or if you haven't really watched any of his movies, you guys check it out because he's pretty funny, so I like his movies. So the next one will be my number 2, and we're getting close to my number 1. But my number 2 is A Christmas Story. And you guys probably know what this is because this movie plays around the clock on Christmas Eve. It starts on Christmas Eve and it plays all around the clock, back to back, over and over again until Christmas Day. And I've always, usually does that on like cable channels, and I've always watched it every time it comes on. I watch it. I have the movie, and I also watch it every single time it comes on cable. If it's on all day back to back, I watch it all day back to back. This is one of my favorite movies at Christmas time. It's about a family. Oh, I don't want to give it away because it's something you have to watch if you haven't seen it. But it's about a family, and family is a husband, wife, and 2 little boys. And these are the two of the cutest little boys I've ever seen. And it's just a growing, coming of age story, and it's like growing boys and what they go through at school and with friends and teachers, it just, their parents, it's a coming of age story. And it's just perfect. And the Christmas, it's set at Christmas time, and it's just adorable. You have to watch this movie if you haven't seen it. I don't know how anybody hasn't seen this movie the way it plays at Christmas time. But anyway, if you don't have it, go pick it up or go watch it, stream it or whatever you do. So many ways to watch movies these days. So just however you watch movies. If you, I'm old fashioned. I still have a DVD player and I still play movies because I have such a, if you can see it back here, pointing at it, I have quite a collection of movies still. And I'm not going to throw them away. I'm just going to keep watching them. So I got a small little DVD player that plays DVDs, and I still watch them that way. Every now and again, if I don't have a movie or something, I'll go ahead and stream it off of a streaming company or something. But for the most part, I still have my collection, so I still watch it that way. But that's just me. I'm old fashioned. I don't know if you guys still have a DVD player or not, but if you have invested in movies, then I say go ahead and keep your DVD player or go buy one so you can watch your movies. That's how I see it. Anyway, my number one movie, Christmas movie of this year, like I said, I'm going to start doing it every year because it changes a little bit, and I might add something that I didn't have before. But I'm going to go ahead and do a drum roll. Okay, I'm going to try to do a drum roll. My number one movie of the year, Christmas movie of the year, has to be Christmas Vacation. Christmas Vacation it is one of the best Christmas movies ever made, in my opinion. Chevy Chase, I've always loved Chevy Chase. I've always been a fan of his. I've always watched his movies growing up. Young people probably don't even know who Chevy Chase is. But you guys have to watch National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation. It's one of the best Christmas movies ever. It is hilarious. Chevy Chase is just unbelievable in this movie. You have to also check out the other the other National Lampoon's movies, like just Vacation. It's like, it's the same people, but it's like Vacation in summertime. Awesome movie. It is just hilarious. But anyway, back to Christmas Vacation. This movie is the funniest movie. Every time I watch it, I laugh. It's just that funny. It's again about family and how family can not always be what you want it to be. I guess this is what I'm trying to say. But it's about having family over at Christmas time, like to stay. I don't know how many. I really don't know in the movie how many days the family stayed, but they stayed quite a few days up until Christmas, and it is just hilarious. The stuff that happens in this movie is just unbelievable. I think, how did they think to do that? How did they think to make that, put that in the movie? But it's good. You guys have to check it out. You guys have to check that movie out. And like right away. If you don't know about this movie, watch it. If you don't want to stream it, if you don't want to go rent it or whatever, buy it, you just got to check it out. And it comes on, sometimes it comes on during Christmas time on cable. Like when they have the 12 days of Christmas, or something, you know, like that on one of the cable channels. It comes on quite often. I actually seen it the other night. I think it was on TNT. But yeah, it just, I have it. You know, I have to have that movie because I want to watch it. Sometimes, like I said, I watch Christmas movies in all year round, and my boyfriend thinks I'm crazy when it comes to me watching Christmas movies all year round. I just am a fan of Christmas, period. And sometimes in the summertime I'm bored and I just want to see something like to remind me of something I really love, and that's Christmas. So I'll watch a Christmas movie. And he's like, what are you watching? You're watching a Christmas movie? It's July. I'm like, well, it's Christmas in July. Here at our house, it's Christmas in July. And I'm just gonna watch Christmas movies this month. You know, so, but anyway, it doesn't matter what month it is. If I feel like watching a Christmas movie, I'll put one in. And watching it just kind of reminds me of Christmas. And, you know, who doesn't like Christmas all year round? I do. But anyway, guys, that's my top 10 Christmas movie list of 2022. I hope you enjoyed it, and I hope you guys go check out these movies. I love them all. And you guys, if you haven't subscribed to my channel yet, please go down, hit the subscribe button. Also hit your notification bell so you're notified every time I post a video and you won't miss any of my videos. And I will see you guys in the next video. Bye.
For you and me, the snow is falling down.